24 unbelievable minutes in the books in San Antonio. Really couldn't decide what to show from San Antonio, so we showed this from the first half. The standing ovation for Craig Sager. Always good to see. And San Antonio with a 73-40 lead at halftime. And is the American Express halftime report. Ernie Johnson, Kenny Charles, and Shaq. Geez, where do we start with this clinic? How about with the guy you were talking about in pregame, LaMarcus Aldridge, who has been unstoppable?
Unstoppable. I thought he'd had advantage. I didn't think, obviously, not this kind of advantage. 25 points in the first half. And I thought Danny Green would be another guy who would open up, who's probably played it out of his mind. Those are the two guys. But what I want to do is kind of just show you on the board, even though it's a blowout, I'm breaking my rules because this is second round of the playoffs, and we really have to get real with it. But what LaMarcus Aldridge does is, like I said, his versatility I thought was going to be too much for the 7-footers of Oklahoma City. He was brought in to be what Tim Duncan used to be. And so they used to use Tim Duncan in the pick and roll. So now he says, get out the way. Tony Parker sets the pick and roll, freeze it. Now, this is a pick and pop situation. He says, I don't have to roll. Kevin Durant says, I can't leave Kawhi Leonard. I can't leave Danny Green. These are three-point shooters, so I'm late on the rotation. And all of a sudden, you get a wide-open jump shot, a guy who's probably the best power forward jump shooter in mid-range in the NBA. Now, he has the ability to post up. Because they're 7-footers, these guys like the body contact, but they don't know freeze it again. This makes LaMarcus Aldridge get into a rhythm. So now that body contact gets him into a rhythm. He loves the turnaround jump shot. Looks like a tough shot, but that's the shot he was looking for. And you trying to give it to him. And then again, well, you put him in the pick and roll again, and you freeze it again. Now he comes off. Let him come off a little bit more. And he passes it back. Freeze it. Now he's hit the jump shot. He's hit the turnaround. But what he does differently, what Tim Duncan used to do, is drive the basketball to the lane. This would have been a Tim Duncan dunk. She says, no, I'll lay it in because I'm not Big Tim. But the versatility is what makes him different from everyone else. And I think that he's going to have his way during this series. And that's why I kind of called it early. I didn't know this much, but I thought he'd have an advantage.
If 25 from LaMarcus Aldridge wasn't enough, 20 from Kawhi Leonard didn't hurt either.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say this is Kawhi's team now. And, even though game one is a fill-out game, superstars, what they do, they make their presence felt in game one. Right here, Kevin Durant is on them. So what? I'm a superstar also. What does the Claw do? Go to the hole and throw it down. At home, game one, you got to step up. You got to make your name felt. Right here, run the court, throw it down with two hands. He's a bona fide superstar right now. It's obvious he's playing like the first half, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He's doing it all. And this is what superstars do at home, especially in game one. You got to make your presence felt. And he's definitely doing that. It's his team right now, and he's playing just like it.
He's 8 out of 10. Aldridge is 12 out of 16 from the floor. So those two combining for 45 and outscoring Oklahoma City on their own. Here Chris Webber talk in the first half. He said this was the worst pick-and-roll defense he's ever seen. Preseason, regular season, postseason, doesn't matter.
They were just awful. But like I said, Ernie, this isn't brain surgery. I said 3 things. KD against Kawhi, mismatch, beat down. Ibaka against Aldridge, beat down. Then what the hell? They fouled a 3-point shooter 4 times. Like, you don't foul a 3-point shooter, I think, 4 times in the whole season, Ernie. They've done it 4 times in the first half. I mean, that's just stupid. We always talk about don't foul the jump shooter, but they fouled a 3-point shooter 4 different times. I mean, that's just stupid. And I think the thing that disappoints me the most is you had to know they were going to come out like this. I mean, we didn't know LaMarcus and Kawhi was going to come out and get 25, but you had to know they wanted to set the tone for the rest of the series. And to come out and play defense like that. And the one thing that's so puzzling about watching Oklahoma City play, all that talent, look at the shots the Spurs are getting compared to the shots to Oklahoma City. Every shot Oklahoma City gets is contested. Every shot that Kenny just shown was, with the one exception on the fadeaway, they were just wide open jumpers. So just disappointed in the way Oklahoma City came out. You had to be expecting. The Spurs are amazing. You had to know they were going to come out and punch you in the mouth right off the bat.
73 points on 69% shooting for the Spurs. 40 points on 36% for OKC in Game 1.